Hello, what is up? What is up? I believe I'm live because that's how YouTube do. What is up to all of my beautiful people? Let me go and share this video. Hopefully y'all are getting the notifications to join me. Iman, like I'm here. Iman, like I'm here. Instant, tapped in. Support. Your girl. I love it, love it, love it. I'm actually going to send a quick email because y'all need to tap in. We are going to be talking about today how to unleash the goddess inside through healing your womb. This is actually going to be a series of videos for about the next 3 weeks. This is actually going to be a series for about the next 3 weeks where I just go in talking about womb healing. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I had reached out, wait a second. Hold on, leave quietly. I had sent out an email asking, what are my ladies, what are my women working on right now? What are my sacred sisters working on right now? And so many women commented that they are doing womb work. They're working on releasing. And so as your good sis, I have to come on and keep my word and give y'all this light. Because I want to help you to unleash, unlock, and really tap into the goddess within you. So let me give y'all some time to come in, and then we're gonna get into the information. Make sure when y'all come in, y'all say what's up. Make sure when y'all tap in, y'all say what's up. Let me go to my own video. How do I see my own video? Brothers, if you are here, like I saw Mad Titan, you are more than welcome to be here as well. There is going to be something that you can gain and receive from this information, especially if you have daughters, especially if you have a wife, a sister. Just having this information as a man can be super empowering for you as well. Okay, so I need y'all to share this video. I know it's different. Like I haven't went live at night in I don't know how long, but I'm here. And I want to talk to y'all about this womb work. Okay, so let me share my screen because I want to keep track of what I'm talking about, what I'm saying. I want to make sure that I give the ladies and the gentlemen who are here who want to learn about the womb too. I want to make sure that I give y'all what y'all need. I want to make sure that you can see, because some of y'all are visual learners, some of y'all are auditory learners, and some of y'all learn by doing, which is why the Sacred Sister Circle, when we get started in March, which is why the Sacred Sister Circle is going to be so freaking powerful, because you're going to be able to do, you're going to be able to practice, and you're going to have the accountability of other women with you as you are doing your spiritual work, as you are doing your rituals. Okay? Peace. Tap in with me now. on womb healing. All right, let me just send that out. Because again, I want as many women as possible, like so many women reached out about womb healing in my email. So we're going to do it. We're going to do it. Because I'm here to tell y'all. And when I show y'all this information today, you're going to really get the understanding. Beautiful, Shamika. Beautiful, beautiful. So let me say what's up. What's up, Iman, Mad Titan, Mallory, Kirsten, my love, Shamika. What is up to y'all? Glad to be here. Glad to be here. Glad to be able to tap in with y'all. Let me share my screen. What's up, Shine Bright? Peace to you, sis. Long time no see. Long time no see. Let me share my screen so that we can get it popping. I hear Baby Kim down there. Y'all pray for Dream, because Baby Kim is she's demanding. Baby Kim is demanding. She is not like, Baby Kim is like, it's my world. It's my world, and y'all are just living in it. That's Baby Kim. Baby Kim is like, it's my world, and y'all are just living in it. Okay? So y'all pray for your good brother Dream down there, because I definitely hear her crying. All righty. First things first. If you have not tapped in with the course that I've done this course twice, Womb Alchemy. I've done it twice. I did it in 2020. I did it in 2021. And I also need to do it now that we are in 2022. Got to tap in with the Womb Alchemy work. If you took Womb Alchemy, let me know in the chat. I know Iman took Womb Alchemy. I know Shine Bright took Womb Alchemy. If you have not taken Womb Alchemy, you can still take Womb Alchemy on your own right now, self-paced. You do that through going through Teachable. But right now, I'm going to give you some information that gets you started, okay, to get you started. But if you know you need to heal your womb, if you know you got some shit, if you know you got blockages in your womb, if you know you are not living in your divine feminine power, if you don't truly feel like a goddess, right? Because sometimes as spiritual people, we just be talking, yeah, I'm a goddess, but you don't truly feel like it. You don't treat yourself like a goddess. You don't honor yourself like a goddess, right? Goddesses aren't judging themselves, talking down to themselves. Goddesses aren't lacking pleasure. Goddesses experience pleasure on a regular basis. Goddesses are manifesting. Goddesses are powerful. So if you are not experiencing those things, I want to challenge you to really assess if you really feel like you are that divine feminine energy. Okay? And being tapped in with your womb, is how you are going to start tapping into that divine feminine energy. There is a goddess in each and every one of you women who are on here live right now and who will make contact with this video later. There is a goddess in each and every one of you that wants to be set free. But she's set free through your womb work. Okay? She's set free through your womb work, through you connecting to yourself, by you recognizing what it is to be divine and feminine. Okay? So before we jump into womb healing, there's some first things that y'all got to understand about the womb. And I love this picture. I love this picture here because it's of a yoni, clearly, but when you look into the yoni, you look into space. Okay? And one thing about your womb, ladies, is that within your womb is infinite potential. Anything can be birthed through the womb. The problem is So many people are birthing and manifesting. So many women are birthing and manifesting things that they don't desire to experience, right? Some women are even birthing children that are not made out of love, okay? So the first thing that we have to understand before we even jump into womb healing, womb work, womb alchemy, you have to understand what the womb is. And the womb is the cosmic portal. It is the subconscious mind, right? How do we know that the womb is the subconscious mind? Because the womb is a creative force, okay? The womb is a creative force. And the subconscious mind is the creative force. The subconscious mind is how we create in this physical reality right now. But what's more creative than the womb? The womb creates life, but the womb really creates more than just life. And we're going to go deeper into that aspect as well. But the womb is the subconscious mind. The womb is also a storehouse. What does that mean? Let me get my Palo Santo here. What does that mean? The womb is a storehouse. That means that the womb holds on to messages, memories, experiences, emotions, trauma. And if you don't know how to properly release that stuff, it will stay stored in your womb and it will be birthed in your physical reality. That Palo Santo popping. Okay? The womb is a storehouse, which means it holds on to stuff that you don't know how to deal with, stuff that you have not processed, stuff that may, ancestral trauma, right? Genetic stuff, right? Even past partners, their ideology, their energy, past people that you've been intimate with, they are stored in your womb, okay? Obviously, y'all already know the womb is a sacred space, and it's sacred because of all of these things that I'm telling you now, all right? The womb is also the seat of the soul. How do we know this? We know this because it is at the base of our spine in the area of the womb that Kundalini Shakti energy sits. And a lot of times, people who are not awakened or people who are not, their soul, basically, their divine sacred energy is sleep, right? People like you, people who are conscious, that energy has been awakened, right? Has it risen all the way to your crown chakra? Probably not. Your energy may be resonating in the root chakra, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus chakra, the heart chakra, so on and so forth. But we all know, and we all have learned that sacred energy that ignites us, that embodies us, and that helps us to really tune into our divine self, it sits at the bottom of the root chakras, that coiled up snake. That's the seat, okay? And then lastly, what I need all y'all to understand is that the womb is the middle point between the spirit realm and the physical realm. And so when you first have these understandings of what your womb actually is, ladies, then you understand, oh, I really need to get it together. I really need to create a more compassionate, a more loving, a more understanding relationship with my womb. Okay? And when you do this, you really awaken and unleash the goddess that is inside of you. Because she's there, right? She's there. She's just not awakened. And she's not awakened because you have so much darkness, soot, mess, emotions, trauma that has not been dealt with. And so you have it's so divine, right? Like I just said, the womb is the subconscious mind. And so when you're not connected to your womb, you have a clouded mind. The womb is a second mind. Think about that. the womb is a second mind. Actually, we have three minds, right? You have the mind that is, the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, which resides up here. You have your heart, which has its own mind, its own way of perceiving the world. And then you have the womb, another mind. This is also why women, when we have spiritual experiences, a lot of times we get that feeling in our womb space. Okay. We get that feeling in our womb space that let us know that we are in a spiritual experience. All right. What's up to all the people who have just came into the room? Make sure that you like and share the video. Okay. And like I said, I want y'all to come back here with me next Thursday and the Thursday after that at this same time. So put it on your calendar. Put it on your calendar. Make an alarm on your phone, because for the next 3 weeks, from today, next Thursday, and the next Thursday, we're going to talk about womb healing. Because I want to see women, sacred sisters like you living in your power. Okay? And your power resides in your connection to your womb space. All right? Got it? Hopefully we got that. Moving on. Something that is so important that I need y'all to understand in order for you to start doing your womb healing work. Right? In order for you to start really getting into your womb healing work, I need you to understand that your womb is speaking to you. I need you to understand that your womb is speaking to you. It's communicating to you. It is relaying a message to you. And the womb speaks to you through sensations, pleasure, pain, cramps, orgasm, fertility, or lack thereof. These are all communications of the womb, letting you know where you are, where you stand, what's going on inside of you. Okay? Also, y'all see this cool picture here. You got the uterus and you got the larynx. The larynx here, this is what's in your throat. And y'all should know this already, that the sacral chakra and the throat chakra are really of the same polarity. They're on the same pole. The throat chakra just has a higher vibration than the sacral chakra, but really they're one and the same. Okay? And so your womb speaks to you. Your womb has a voice. Okay? Your womb has a voice. And if you've been a person that has not been able to express themselves, if you've been a person that has not been able to speak life, right? Meaning, can you use your voice to create? If you've been a person who has not been able to do that, then the correspondence to that would be your womb is not creating life and manifesting. Okay? They're on the same pole. They're on the same pole. And so womb disease, womb disorders are all a sign of how connected you are to yourself or not. Okay? And your ability to speak your truth and to hear truth depends on the health and well-being of your womb. Okay? So before you start trying to get into real womb healing work, the first thing you need to do is listen to your womb. What is your womb communicating with you? Do you have an angry yoni? That's a sign, right? Do you have an angry yoni? Do you experience pleasure? Do you experience arousal? You know? Have you had sexual trauma that have stopped you from being able to enjoy your sexuality and your sensuality? Or on the opposite side of that, because of your trauma, have you not really cared and nurtured your womb and gave your womb that love, that respect, that nourishment that it deserves? And you've not given your womb that because you have not been very decisive and deliberate about who you are intimate with. And again, this is so deep because intimacy is not just, sexual intercourse. Intimacy is who you are sharing your darkest, deepest secrets with. But when you're disconnected from your womb, you're not truly able to hear the truth. You're like, what? What does your womb has to do with you hearing truth? Like I said, your womb is also the subconscious mind. It stores information. It stores memories. Okay? It is the middle point between the spirit realm and the physical realm. Do y'all really understand that? When you have a baby, when that baby is in your womb, the baby is still in spirit, has not entered the physical reality yet until it crosses that portal. Okay? And so when you don't have a healed womb, what you hear and what you perceive is through the lens of your trauma. It's through the lens of your unresolved shit. Okay? Which is why a lot of times we manifest unhealthy relationships, which is why a lot of times a lot of you women feel like you cannot, have girlfriends and sisterhood and all of that. That's all womb healing work that needs to be done. Peace, my lovely people. Peace, Eileen. Peace, Lovey P, my good sis. I miss you, Mazara. I miss that smile. Okay. So even when we look at the sacral chakra here on this phone, on this picture, it says there's two things. So your womb space, ladies, your womb space encompasses both the sacral chakra and the root chakra. Okay, it encompasses both. So if you are having issues with your safety, your security, your abundance, and feeling like you belong here, feeling like you are meant to be here, okay, womb work. If you lack pleasure or you feel guilty when you indulge in pleasure, you have to do womb work. You really have to ask yourself, what blockages, what beliefs, what emotions, what experiences am I storing in my womb that is blocking me from having safety, from having security, from enjoying my life? The sacral chakra is about enjoyment. Okay? You know you need some womb healing work when you do not enjoy life. When you don't have that zeal, that zest for life. When you don't have passion. When you don't have passion, fire, okay? The womb really encompasses all three of those lower chakras, okay? So, ladies, I need y'all to be paying attention. When you are starting your womb healing work, the first thing you need to tap into is, what is my womb communicating with me? Do I experience pleasure or do I not? Are my cramps heavy or are they not? All of that good old stuff, all of that stuff. Am I kind of irritated? You know when you're out of balance. And y'all, the lack of balance that you experience in your womb and that you experience in your yoni is directly connected to beliefs, to emotions, to habits, to actions that you're taking. The womb is going to speak. It's going to communicate to you. So before you start your healing work, I need you to tune into yourself, ask yourself, feel yourself, and get an understanding. Let me tell you something else that I realized about women when it comes to womb work. Okay? Something that I did in my womb healing journey was I had to look at my yoni. I had to get a mirror and I had to look down there. I had to talk to my yoni. And the reason why I had to do that is because I had some guilt, I had some shame, based off of some experiences in my past. And looking at man, y'all, when I tell y'all, looking at my yoni and talking to it and releasing that guilt, releasing that fear, releasing that shame, I literally would cry because I'm looking into a divine sacred portal. And within this portal, you can release, you can let go, you can purge what is no longer serving you. Okay? You can do that. You need to do that. There's no way around that. You have to purge, you have to cleanse, you have to release through your womb. Ladies, please. Okay? And here's what y'all got to understand. The disconnected womb is the diseased womb. And when we're talking about disease, we're not talking about like you went to the doctor and they said you got this, and this. We're not talking about that. We're talking about just uncomfortability within yourself, not being comfortable with yourself, not being honest with yourself, not loving yourself, not honoring yourself. Okay? And then obviously, some of these things, when you are not connected to your womb, what we often do as women, we self-sacrifice, we self-sabotage, and we self-mutilate. And we do this out of ignorance to ourselves and to the communication of our womb. See, divinely, ladies, divinely, your womb knows. Your womb knows what is righteous and what is not. The body is so intelligent. Okay? The body is so intelligent. Okay? And so when you are engaging in any activity that is not of righteousness, that is not of the highest vibration, and y'all want, and I'm not just talking about sex, I'm talking about when you're eating unhealthily, when you're drinking too much alcohol, when you're being intimate with somebody who doesn't love themselves, doesn't know themselves, doesn't care about themselves. Okay? When you're not living an active lifestyle, you're not being physically active. I'm talking about all of those things. The body knows what is well spiritually and what is not. Okay? And so if you ladies could just tune in to your body, to your womb, you will be able to identify some spiritual blockages that you have. And now you can make the connection between your womb and your spirit, and you can figure out the work that you need to do. Okay? Some of you may need to fast. Some of you may need to be celibate. Some of you may need to do an enema or do some type of special stuff out of the book Sacred Woman. Some of you may need those things. Some of you need certain rituals like yoni gazing, like literally giving yourself a womb massage, warming up your hands and rubbing your womb. All right? But you will know what it is that you need to do based off of the emotion, based off the trauma, based off of whatever it is that you're trying to transform. So when I was transforming the emotion of shame, the emotion of guilt, okay, when I was doing that, what I had to do was yoni gaze so that I can have compassion for my womb and so that I can remove the judgment from my womb. I had to look at it. I had to talk to it. I had to finally become one with it, okay? That's what needs to happen. So a lot of times we give of ourselves overall, energetically. A lot of times we give of our bodies, we give our minds, we give our spirits, we give our overall energy under the illusion that this action will bring us peace. How many of you women have given of yourself thinking that what you were giving was going to bring you peace, was going to bring you love, was going to bring you safety, was going to bring you security? How many of you have ever done that? I know I have. I done been in some relationships and I'm after the fact, hindsight 2020, I'm like, I was totally under a spell. I was under a spell, child, and I did not know. And I did not know because I was not connected to my womb. I was not listening to the communications of my womb. I didn't recognize and realize my trauma and how it was at play in my life. Okay. Let me know, ladies. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Y'all like, ooh, I ain't about to say nothing. Okay, the butterfly doula. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you for your integrity. Absolutely. It's just what it is. And we do that out of ignorance of self. And really, this is kind of harsh, but emotional retardation, a lack of emotional intelligence. I did not know that the relationships that I was pursuing when I was in college, when I was in high school, I did not realize that those relationships I was pursuing was because I just needed attention. I just needed someone to tell me I was beautiful. I needed somebody to tell me that I was amazing. And so whoever would tell me that, and not literally whoever, not literally, I still had some taste, right? But I was flattered. Even if the relationship did not go anywhere, I was at least flattered, and someone's words shifted my energy. Okay. And as I matured and as I did the womb work, I was able to reflect on my past and be like, oh, I was doing that thinking I was receiving love and I wasn't. I was doing that thinking I was receiving safety and security and I wasn't. Okay. So when we are disconnected from our wombs, we're really under an illusion. It's almost as if there's a veil over our eyes and we cannot see the world. We cannot see ourselves accurately. Okay. I couldn't see myself accurately, meaning I couldn't see my true beauty, my true amazement, my creativity, my genius, my amazingness. I could not recognize that because I was disconnected from my womb. I was disconnected from my divine feminine energy. I was disconnected from how amazing it is, how wonderful it is, how precious it is to be a woman. I didn't know how amazing it was to be a womb man. I didn't know how amazing it was to hold a sacred space. I didn't know how amazing it was to be to be able to be that vessel between spirit and physical. I didn't know. Now I know. And now I'm grateful to come and share with y'all. Okay? Now I'm grateful to come and share with y'all. All righty? So, some of the things that are affecting your wombs right now, ladies, one of the number one things is emotional suppression. When you don't know how to process your shit, when you don't know how to process that breakup, when you don't know how to process that divorce, when you don't know how to process sexual trauma, sexual abuse, when you don't know how to process not having a healthy relationship with your father and your mother. So y'all think, a lot of people think when it comes down to womb healing, it's just about maybe becoming pregnant and fertility, or people may think it's just about I've dealt with sexual trauma and I have to heal that. But it can even, you may have issues in your womb space because you don't like your mama. You may have issues within your womb space because you have a dysfunctional relationship with your mother. And so you neglect your own womb. You don't appreciate your own womb because the womb you came from, you don't appreciate. You don't understand. You butting heads with. Y'all better understand. Emotional suppression. Emotional suppression. So when you have these heightened emotions, when you have these heightened experiences, what ends up happening is whatever the surrounding energy is of that emotion, of that situation, you push that emotion down into different parts of your body. Okay. And I want to go ahead and say this too while I'm here. Womb work is womb work is not just about the yoni and that's in the uterus. We're talking about divine feminine energy. So as you are also doing your womb work, you also need to be working on your ability to be receptive, right? Your ability to hold on to something and create it. All right. You need to be nurtured. When you are massaging your womb because you're doing your womb work, you need to bring them hands up. You need to massage your breast. Because as a divine feminine woman, your breast symbolize nourishment. They symbolize being a nurturer, right? I'm tingling right now. Baby Kim must be hungry. I'm tingling right now. The body is so intelligent. It knows what to do when your conscious mind doesn't know what to do. Okay? When your conscious mind doesn't know what to do. So when you've had emotional experiences like you've experienced abuse, whether it's physical abuse from a father, physical abuse from a mother, sexual abuse in childhood, sexual abuse as an adult, when you've had emotional experiences surrounding your womanhood and you did not know how to deal with it, what your body does, your body says, give it here. I'll push it down. I'll store it right here. I'll hold on to it until you're ready, until you're emotionally mature enough to deal with it. So for so many of us, we push down certain emotions, certain experiences, certain beliefs into our womb space. I'm telling y'all, I used to have an angry, I had to talk to my lady like, listen, I'm sorry. I didn't know no better. I didn't love myself. I didn't honor myself. I did not appreciate what sexuality and sensuality was because I didn't know. Until you know, when you know, this is when you must become responsible. And so none of y'all right now in this chat are going to be ignorant to the fact that your womb is holding on to thoughts, to emotions, to beliefs, and to experiences. So while you think you've healed a certain thing, I want to challenge you to ask your womb. How do you ask your womb? Pay attention to your cycles. Are they irregular? Are they heavy? Are they painful? You know, if you wanted to have a child, is that something that you could do with ease? Are you creative? Do you experience pleasure? Okay. Can you take in an idea into your heart, into your womb? Can you nourish that idea? Can you love on that idea? And in 9 months, 10 months, 12 months, 14 months, 3 months, 2 months, and however long it takes, can you birth that idea into the physical? Can you birth something into the physical? And it doesn't have to be a child. If you struggle with manifestation, you need to heal your womb. If you don't know how to deal with your emotions, you need to heal your womb, because every emotion that you don't know how to deal with is being stored in your body. And it is manifesting as illness, as dis-ease, as discomfort, so on and so forth. Okay? So you got to know that the body is intelligent and your emotions, oh, especially, here's the big ones that women hold on to: shame, guilt, fear. Shame, guilt, fear in general are all the emotions that women store in their womb space. And you don't realize how your perception of the world is through the lens of guilt. It's through the lens of shame. It's through the lens of fear that you are not safe. I want y'all to understand that. Okay? If you don't have that Emoto water bottle, I don't know what you're waiting on. Visit mentalalchemy.com. Also, y'all, if you are not living in your purpose, you got some womb work to do. You got some womb work to do. If you don't feel empowered and you don't feel that goddess energy and you don't feel like you are so sacred, you have womb work to do. Even if it's just connecting to the womb. Even if it's just opening up that line of communication with your womb. Okay? Because if you have a womb, whether you have kids or not, also, because I've had clients who've had hysterectomies, and I've had to remind those clients, you were born with it. And anything that is physical starts energetic. So just because it's not there physically, just because the uterus may not be there physically, ovaries may not be there physically, and all the other physical anatomy does not mean the energy imprint is not there. Okay? So you being born with a womb, right? You being born with the potential to cultivate life is enough for you to feel how sacred, how divine, how powerful you are. Because you can bring life from the physical, from the spiritual into the physical. Okay? But in order for you to do that, and again, we're not just talking about a baby, we're talking about any manifestation that you desire. But here's the thing, the womb is always creating. The womb is always creating. But what is it creating in your life right now? Is it creating havoc? Is it creating chaos? Is it creating, toxicity? Because it's always creating. But when you're disconnected, you don't realize that. Okay? The next thing that really affects your womb space, ladies, is your beliefs. Your beliefs manifested. Like I just said, your thoughts, the thoughts you hold about yourself are blocking your pleasure and your transformation. The thoughts and beliefs that you keep about yourself blocks your pleasure and your transformation. Okay? So I just really wanted to come on here to give y'all a basis, an overall basis of your womb and how important it is in order for you to unlock the goddess that is within you. Okay? Because there's a goddess within you that wants to show up, that wants to show out, that wants to live and really exist fully and presently. But if you have unresolved emotions, she can't show up the way she needs to. If you've experienced trauma and you don't know how to process it, she cannot show up the way she needs to. In fact, what happens is that your shadow self, right? Now you thinking you promiscuous because that's just how you want to be, when our reality, it's your shadow, it's unresolved trauma that you haven't dealt with that has created you to be this what do they used to call it? That has created you to be a man eater. You think that's just the way you want to live your life right now. But in our reality, you have heartache, you have pain that is really the driving force behind you, just doing what you do. Okay? That's just the reality of it. If you cannot healthily express your emotions, I can guarantee you have womb work to do. Because the sacral chakra is the seat of emotions. And the sacral chakra is located at the space of the womb. If you have emotional blockages, here's a good one. Here's a good one that I'm gonna get out of here because Spirit just told me. If you refuse to feel, you have womb work to do. Meaning, something triggers you, because I know ladies, we do this. Something triggers you, and instead of you dealing with it, feeling the emotion and then releasing it, what you do is, no, you know what? I'm not going to feel that. I don't got time. Devil, get behind me. Not today, Satan. Y'all do all of those things. And sometimes that may be necessary. But most of the times, you need to be asking yourself, what is tempting and angering me right now? Why am I getting angry? Why am I getting frustrated? What is bothering me right now? You really need to ask yourself that, because when you deal with it, when you don't deal with it, guess where it's going? When you don't speak your truth, guess where the lies are going? When you do not speak your truth, the lies that you are holding on to are being suppressed into your womb. Okay? I'm telling you, you have to be honest with yourself. You got to get real with yourself. All right? And so, yes, I love what Iman put in the chat. She said, Sacred Sister Circle is going to be fire. Yes, it absolutely is. Coming in March. Let's go. And here's the thing, y'all. In the Sacred Sister Circle, this is where we're going to get in the work. Meaning, I'm going to tell you different rituals, different fasts, different herbs. I'm going to tell you specific things to do to support you in this work. I can't do that right here just on YouTube. Okay? I can't do that right here just on YouTube. I mean, it's just not enough. It's too much. But I want to tell you about fasting. I want to tell you about making your own dish. I want to tell you about eating a certain way. I want to tell you about yoni massages. I want to tell you about letting your man yoni gaze into your womb. I want to tell you about you massaging your womb. I want to tell you about yoni steams. I want to tell you about all those things, and I want to hold you accountable to do them. But in order for you to do what is actually going to have an impact on you, you have to know the effect your emotions, your trauma, your thoughts have had on your womb. Okay? Like I said, I had neglected myself. I had been like, I hadn't really connected with my womb, embraced my womb, and forgave myself for my past. I didn't do that when I was doing my womb work. And so I had to yoni gaze so that I can forgive, so that I can see the beauty, so that I can see the wonder, so that I can see the amazement of my womb. That may not be your work. Okay? That may not be your work. So we have to get an understanding of what your trauma is, what those emotions are, what your beliefs are, and then the healing work that you do has to correspond. See, I also had to fast. I had to fast. I had to release. I had to purge. I had to suffocate certain thoughts that I had. I had to suffocate certain emotions, certain parasites that I had. I had to suffocate them through intentional fasting. Okay? But we'll get into that, later. And if you don't know how to choose what rituals, what meditations, what practices to do, if you don't know what to do, one, you need to book a complimentary call, a complimentary coaching call. Okay? Excuse me. This means I coach you, I give you some advice for about 15 minutes. And then at the end of that conversation, if we agree that we need to work with each other further, longer, more intimately, then we do that. Okay. But even if coaching is not in your future for now, even if you just need help and support and understanding on how to heal one or two things, y'all, don't book that call and be telling me about everything. I'm here to help with one or two things. If you want to dig into everything, you need to get you a coach. That's just what it is. If that's something that you're interested in, then go to my website, book the complimentary call. It's fairly simple. You just go and do that. Also, again, the Sacred Sister Circle. I'm holding you accountable. Your sisters are holding you accountable. All right, let me look at this question. What effect does an IUD have on the womb? Sherry, I would ask you, what effect do you feel like it's having on your womb? Okay. What effect do you feel like it's having on your womb? Birth control is not for me. I'm going to just say that right now. Birth control is not for me. I've decided to take control over my body. I've decided to work with my body. I've decided to understand my body. Right? See, it is our lack of control, self-control, that makes us to have to resort to medical support to do what we've been born to do. I know I'm telling y'all, Kim was not an accidental baby. I know some of y'all, the first two, they was like, oh, we pregnant. Oh, okay. Kim, I had already done womb alchemy when I got pregnant with Kim. I had already been through my womb work multiple times when I got pregnant with Kim. So I was fully conscious and fully aware of what I was doing, of what we were doing and where we were at. And I was so good at it that I was able to tell Dream, I said, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. That's when we'll get pregnant. And best believe, 1, 2, and 3 happened just like that, and we got pregnant. Because I decided to connect with my body and to connect with my womb in that way. Okay. So I want you to assess, whether it's you or whether it's somebody else, I want you to assess how it is affecting you. And your womb, I said this at the beginning of the conversation. I don't think you were on here, Sherry, but your womb is communicating with you. And so you can ask yourself, how is this IUD affecting you? Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to your thoughts. And now that you're fasting, you're getting so much clarity, so many downloads on the effects of what you are doing to your body. Okay. But at the end of the day, whether it's the IUD, whether it's the pill, whether it's the shot, no matter what it is, you are still putting something foreign in your body, and it has to have some effect. But the extent of the effect depends on your level of consciousness, your level of self-awareness, your level of connection to your womb. Yeah, Cherie, you asking me a question and you already know the answer. You just said, I feel like it should not be there. If you feel like it should not be there, it sounds like you need to trust your feelings. That's the womb work. The womb work, womb alchemy, womb healing, trusting that divine feminine intuitive knowing, right? And that means when you get a sense, when you get a feeling, when you get an urge, that means you take action on it. That means you take the first step towards it. Okay? That's what that means. A part of that divine feminine energy is trusting those gut intuitive feelings. Okay? All right? That's what that is. Facts. You already know. So just tune into yourself and trust what comes up. That is divine feminine energy, goddess energy that is asking to be released and set free from all of you, really comes from tuning into yourself, tuning into your womb, because your womb is communicating to you. And if you do not trust yourself as a woman, if you do not trust yourself as that divine feminine energy, you must heal your womb, because there's a disconnect. Your womb is the seat of your divinity, hence the coiled up snake at the bottom of your spine. That Kundalini Shakti is divine feminine energy. Okay? It's there. The issue is that we've experienced so much disappointment. We feel so much shame. We feel so much guilt. We have so much unresolved trauma that we don't trust ourselves. We don't know ourselves. We don't know and understand how powerful we are as women, as the womb man, as being a human in this physical body and having the capacity to birth life. Having the capacity to birth life. Okay? So, y'all, make sure that you join us on 2/2/2022, February 2nd, 2022. Dream and I are doing a course called Walking the Path. And this course is all about helping you to really realize your purpose, to understand what your spiritual practice is. It's really to help you understand who you are in this lifetime. I'm so excited about it. If you join Patreon, you get to be in that class for free. So we're making it simple for you. Ladies, the Sacred Sister Circle is coming in March, so get ready. And if you need support understanding anything that I just broke down here, book a complimentary call. I got some time allocated to talk to my ladies. I got some time allocated just for you. So click the link that's in the description here. Book a complimentary call. Let's talk about it. I mean, literally, I enjoy having these conversations. I enjoy having a conversation, period. I enjoy it. It's a part of my purpose. It makes my soul feel good, feel enlivened. The goddess within me is empowered by having spiritual conversations with spiritual women. And I want you to feel that same thing. And in order for you to feel that same thing, sister, you got to connect with your womb. You got to release that fear. You got to release that shame. You got to release that guilt. Because those are the emotions that are keeping you blocked. Those are the emotions that are stopping you from living a life that is fulfilling. Okay? Thank you. I'm going to read that. Lovey P. Lovey P says, D-Ray helped guide and heal me from zero to hero through personal one-on-one coaching. She showed and taught me I have the ability to heal myself through under and inner standing. Various reasons. Mazara, I love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. I love you. I love all of y'all. But my coaching clients and now my sacred sisters, like, it's a whole nother love. It's a whole nother appreciation. So y'all enjoy y'all Thursday. I'm gonna be back right here next Thursday. I want to talk to y'all about how to heal physical trauma. Today, we really focus on the emotional aspect and really focus on just understanding what the womb is. But next week, I want to talk about how to heal physical trauma. You know, whether you've had cysts, infertility, whether you've been sexually abused, whatever it is, we're going to talk about it next week, Thursday. All right. See y'all. Peace. Let me see if I know how to get off of here. End. Wait.